Hey everybody, and welcome to my 2024 sample advent calendar. Every year for the last couple of years, I have been doing just some free sampling, goofing around with some different devices, and making some sounds. For now, I've got the Yamaha QY70 set up over here, and we're just going to use the MPC and do some auto sampling. I'll make sure we get a C note in all of these auto samples, kind of talk through the process a little bit, and we'll maybe make some variations of some of the programs just to kind of go over and show how these things work, and to do something different and get you guys free samples if you're interested. Anyway, right now I've got the MIDI output port here going into MIDI in, so it's just MPC B, and we've got a pad that sounds quite lovely on the QY70 playing right now. So if we want to record this, what I'm going to want to do first is name this track. Oh, I gotta hold it down correctly. So the reason why we need to name this is so that we can come back later and actually know what the heck this is. So I'm just gonna go name it QY70, and it is looking like it's program 90. So I'm just gonna do a dash 090. So in case we ever needed to look it up, we'd know what the heck this is. And it just says warm pad. So with that name, now if we come into the auto sampler, it's going to actually be able to record that into all the sample names. So we don't end up with like a big mess where we're like, what the heck is this? So let's go to, I'm going to double tap mix and go into the sampler. This little piano with the plus sign is what's going to allow us to actually do the sampling. But the first thing, well, let's get higher up in the scale. I want to get this as close to, but not exceeding 0 dB as we can. So I think the volume control's on the side. It sounds like we're as loud as we're going to get. So I'm going to have to use the knob on the back to adjust the gain. And I'm shooting for about -3 dB. We can always adjust that a bit more in the program itself. And I'm just looking to see if we get anything that's like excessively weird. Seems fine. So we got kind of in the mid-range of audio. We're getting close to -3 dB. I think it's good. So what I'm going to do, we're going to hit this little keyboard with a plus sign, and we get this menu that comes through and shows us minimum to maximum note. I'm going to go down to C0. I always like with these older devices hearing what they do as you get kind of into that extreme space for the sound. I'm going to turn the note stride down to 3. That way we're going to get more notes. It does feel like we got some release on the pads here. So a second seems good for down here. I'm not doing 8 layers. So a 3-second note, about that long with a release. We'll end up with 4-second samples. I don't really particularly care for it saying auto sampled on the end. I usually just remove this, but you know, if you want to record, add something in here, I don't know, go NT, just to kind of tag it. I will tell you, looping always terrible. Turn that off. It just doesn't help. You can always come in and add loops later, and I think we're good. So we got an 80 seconds to auto sample. And the thing I find is usually with a lot of these, you can add, as I said, you can add looping yourself later. So you just need to find your 0-point crosses and try and get things in there. This doesn't sound terribly stereo. I could have made it mono, but we're recording it in now. And the important thing, to me at least, is I'm not hearing any ground loop hums or anything else. I am running the QY70 here off of batteries, and usually running off of batteries is a pretty good way to get a clear signal. So, getting there. It's almost sounds like a little brass-ish. It's certainly getting up there. Now you can start hearing the loop points. Because basically what they did for these older samplers was take a very short piece of sound a lot of times because they didn't have much sample memory to work with. So you kind of start hearing that warble. Well, we have it now. So now we should be able to play this. Which is cool. And yeah, I think from here, just a couple things I'll do is let's just duplicate this because, let's see, pencil, it's been a while. I'm going to go duplicate track. So the reason why I'm duplicating it is we've got basically now the dry version of this sound. I can come in and we can start looking at, if we want to add like some effects or something, we can add in maybe a delay. Delay could be fun. Well, I'm not going to do any of the pro stuff or paid stuff. Because maybe not everybody has that. But we can come in here and rename this now. If I can do it correctly. Oh, I had the right menu, it just was further down. Call this delay. Now we know we've got a warm pad with a delay on it. We can duplicate this again. Oops, pencil. Duplicate it. And maybe we don't want the delay this time. Get rid of that and throw in, I don't know, it can be fun to add like, flavor could be fun. I'm looking more for like decimator, which is currently not doing anything. Like a little bit more of a lo-fi sound for sure. So again, weird that it named it this way. Well, I'm not going to make you watch me rename this to fix it. But yeah, definitely, as I said, get some different sounds. Feel free to download this for free. I'll have it posted up on my website, and you can download it for free. At the end of the month, I'll probably put this up as a collection if anybody wants to just get it as one together. And yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Keep having fun. Keep making music. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.